Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. This is Anonymous T. Hope you're having an amazing day today. So today we are talking Love and Marriage Huntsville. Today we're talking Black TITANIC, the other content creator who has been spilling the tea, has been, of course, exposing Phonics Unhooked, Letitia and Marceau for their criminal past, you guys, and their arrest records, their foreclosure records, their tax liens and the like, a theft ring, stealing lipstick from the department store and the shoes out of the box. Like, she's exposed it all. And now there is this smear campaign, you guys, against Melody Shari and Funky Dineva in Huntsville doing damage control, but specifically only engaging with the Scots and being it black with Marceau and Phonics Unhooked, you guys. And it's just, it's so lame, you guys. The fact that Black TITANIC had to even deny that she was paid by Melody Shari, or that Melody Shari and her are in cahoots to take down the Scots is so lame, you guys. It's like, how old are we? How old are we that you cannot own up to the fact that you got arrested, you broke the law, you did something wrong? Like seriously, how is every single thing in your life everyone else's fault but your own? Make it make sense to me. And that tells me the lack of maturity that's going on. And for people now who are getting paid by the Scots to push out fake stories so that they have a storyline to stay on Love and Marriage Huntsville is very disgusting. Is absolutely disgusting. The point of us bloggers is to be able to report on what is supposed to be a reality TV show, what is supposed to be your real lives. But if you're leaking fake stories and allegedly faking fake mistresses to be used for the show as a storyline to play into the rumors, then no. You're a fraud. I'm sorry. You're a fraud. You refuse to be transparent with the audience. You refuse to be honest with us. And now you're paying people. You're doing the same thing that you've accused Melody Shari of. Like that's what's so rich in all of this. It's like everything that you've accused Melody Shari of, you are actually doing. You are the ones now that are on social media all the time trying to sell this fake power couple image. You are the guys now that are paying certain bloggers to push a certain narrative out there to make you guys look good and do this smear campaign against Melody Shari. Here's the thing, you guys. I don't care who likes who dislikes who, or whatever, but there has to be a level of respect and integrity, you guys. There has to be a level of respect and integrity, and people confuse calling out something that's wrong versus hate, right? Because there's a difference. Hate and bullying is when you are blatantly just name-calling somebody and you're just saying all of these disrespectful and disparaging things about somebody else. That is what hate and bullying is, and you keep doing it and doing it and doing it until it escalates, until something bad happens, which is what happened in the case of Melody Shari, with things escalating to violence and her family's lives being threatened. But to critique and give an opinion on you being arrested, on you breaking the law, on you having the audacity to come for Melody Shari and criticize her for however long she decided to stay in her marriage, criticize her for having children with her husband, criticizing her for having sex with her husband is rich, you guys, is absolutely rich. Meanwhile, you're behind the scenes all on these social media pages trying to connect with certain bloggers that are going to, quote, give you, a fair take or a fair spin or whatever, as long as in agreements of the payment, you slander Melody Shari. No. Here's the thing, you guys. I'm here to tell you guys, I'm not paid by nobody. Nobody pays me to do anything. I have an entirely separate life, an entirely separate career. Like, I'm not getting paid by anybody to say anything one way or the other. If it doesn't matter whoever in the cast that is arrested or who's in trouble or what have you, we'll do a video on it. Nobody is safe, you guys. And that's the whole thing. People think that you know, people are being biased or people are pushing a certain narrative on purpose. And the answer is no. The answer is we're going to call out things that are wrong. And we're going to celebrate things that are right. And if you're not doing right and you've got a whole rap sheet out here, but yet you're acting holier than thou on a reality TV show that's supposed to be transparent, that's supposed to be honest about your life, we're going to call it out. But now you're in cahoots with certain people now to run a smear campaign against Melody Shari. And not only that, but completely invalidate all of the hard work that Black Titanic has put in. Completely invalidate everything that she has exposed, invalidate the fact that these were real receipts of arrest records, that these were real government names of the same people who are currently casted on Love and Marriage Huntsville, just because you don't like the backlash and you can't handle the backlash. And see, it was okay when it was Melody and Martel's marital issues being on display for the past few seasons, and everybody going in and everybody trying to discover the mistress and going on the mistress, and then, you know, the mistress having a baby on the side as well with Martel. That was all well and good because it wasn't you, right? And you had no problem poking fun at Melody Shari. You had no problem standing there while Martel Holt gaslight Melody Shari and was verbally disgusting to his ex-wife, you guys, on national television. You had no problems with that because it wasn't you. But now all of a sudden that Kiki is more of a presence on the show, now all of a sudden your realty is being exposed because you cannot fake documents like this, you guys. Take it up with, you know, your clerk of courts, you guys, if they got something wrong, but it looks pretty legit to me, you guys. But to give Melody Shari all this power and not own any of your behavior, not own any of your wrongdoing, when your own mother-in-law even confirmed that her daughter was arrested, is rich, is absolutely rich. You and the mother-in-law both confirmed that there were arrests, but lied, told two completely different lies as far as to the reasoning behind the arrest. And then you threatened to sue Black Titanic, which then she decided to dig for herself and pay whatever money she needed to pay to get the official records. And that's on period, you guys. But the way that some people are going to justify their hate for Melody Shari is just absolutely ridiculous, you guys. Even if you do not like Melody Shari, you have to admit that blaming Melody Shari for the Scott's criminal past being released is a little too convenient, you guys. Is a little too convenient. And it just gives that you ran out of all of the options. So let's just play devil's advocate. Let's pretend that, you know, Melody Shari 3 or 4 years ago did provide somebody with all of these receipts on the Scotts in their arrest records and all this and that. Why wasn't it exposed? Or if it allegedly wasn't exposed, why didn't it make any news or the headlines? Because as you guys know, the Love and Marriage Huntsville fan base goes hard in the paint, and it would have been trending everywhere on all social media platforms had all of this been exposed previously, you guys. But it wasn't. So there's that. But now that it's exposed, it's a problem. But you had no problem with the smear campaign and the slander campaign, you know, and all of these interviews and all of these Instagram lives and all of these under the table things that you're doing with certain people to push a certain narrative. And I'm just over it. You're giving Melody Shari all this power that she is spending all of her free time when she has 20 different jobs and she is a single mother of 4. You expect her to just spend her entire free time completely investigating all of you guys and pulling all of your criminal records, you guys. And here's the thing. If there was no criminal records to pull, we wouldn't even be having this conversation in the first place, you guys. And if there wasn't smoke with all of these alleged mistress rumors, we wouldn't be talking about it, you guys. But then you play into it with your sketchy non-answers. So of course people are going to believe it. Of course people are going to look at you sideways because you don't vehemently deny it. There is a part of you that gets a kick out of embarrassing and humiliating your wife on national television. So therefore, but in the process, it still makes you look bad. It still makes you look guilty of something. So that's what we're going to talk about. And props to Martell, even though, you know, obviously I don't see it for Martell for how he did Melody Shari, but props to him for seeing through Marceau's BS of trying to turn people against Martell. Like, Martell is putting together this trip for you guys, and you clearly don't want to be his friend. You clearly don't want to be cool with him or whatever, but to try to turn other people against him, it's rich, you guys. And it's funny because Martell is the one who actually has the receipts on you, if there was any cheating really to take place, because it was confirmed by a side chick that you guys rent Airbnbs in Atlanta and hook up with, quote, linebackers. So it's very rich that now all of a sudden you have the audacity to come for Martell when you're no different from him. The only difference is there has not been an official mistress who has come out forward and said, yes, I am the person who has had an affair with Marceau Scott. But there is enough evidence and crumbs that link to certain people potentially being mistresses, whether they were current mistresses or mistresses in the past. And your own family was the one season 1 who confirmed that you and your brothers cheated on your wives. That was your family. That came directly from your family. That had nothing to do with the Holts. Because immediately when the show took off, there were people in your inner circle who wanted 15 minutes of fame. So they were doing these YouTube lives. They were doing these Instagram lives to try to spill tea on their own family because they want to be on TV. But then when they get called out, when the shoe's on the other foot, then they threaten lawsuits. But it's okay for you to slander Melody Shari and her mother, who has not said anything about any of you guys, by the way. And you keep slandering her character. And it's disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting, you guys. So there is that. But what are your guys' thoughts? What are your guys' thoughts of Black Titanic? You know, completely refuting the claims that she's being paid by Melody Shari or she's in cahoots with Melody Shari to put out the real tea on the Scotts and Phonics Unhooked criminal records. And what do you guys also think of the continued smear campaign that is happening against Melody Shari, and they're not even owning their own arrest? So Melody Shari works at the clerk of courts. Like, she entered in the data that you guys were arrested. She hacked the websites and put in all of these explicit details of 8 and 9 arrests of Letitia Scott. She did all that. She knows all of your tea about what properties are foreclosed on, what properties have tax liens. Melody Shari spent time at the computer and did all of that. She entered all of that in the system. That for some of these records you even have to pay for to even get the official details. Melody Shari is behind all of that? Really? Melody Shari was the arresting officer, you guys? Like, I can't. Melody Shari, she was at the department store and she reported Letitia stealing the shoes out of the box, you guys. She reported Letitia stealing the makeup from the makeup counter, you guys, and putting it in the stroller. Like, seriously, do you know how ridiculous it's getting, you guys? Do you know how ridiculous it's getting? Which is why we continue to call it out. But it is not hate. It is not bullying. It is giving an opinion, and it is holding people accountable. And until people hold themselves accountable, we're going to keep talking about it. So there is that. Please let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.